and welcome to TV Tangents, a new television discussion sort of YouTube thing that I'm making. Basically, the TV Rundown is temporarily on hiatus. It was basically a lot more work than it looked, and due to scheduling and things, it's just easier for the time being that I do something a little bit more casual, less of a format. Now, that's a terrifying prospect to some of you. No format or less of a format are not words you want to hear, but I'm actually quite excited about it because it means I can do whatever I like. So if I want to show you a clip, show whatever clip I like. That was pretty weird, not gonna lie. Pretty weird. So this week I want to talk about Game of Thrones, very specifically something that happened at the end of the Season 5 finale, Mother's Mercy. So in case you hadn't put this together yet, spoilers. Spoilers. So historically, Game of Thrones has not done the biggest finales. No, usually their biggest episodes come a couple episodes before the finale, and the last episode acts as a prologue. This year, they did do the epic episode a couple episodes before the finale, but that didn't stop the finale from being batshit crazy. Now, I quite enjoyed it, on the whole. As an episode, I thought it was very, very strong. The reason I want to talk about it, though, is the last moment. So once again, spoilers. Yeah, that. So, Jon Snow dies. Or does he? Essentially, he's stabbed to death. That's usually pretty fatal in my experience. In my experience. I don't know why I said that. So that's usually pretty fatal, it turns out, being stabbed to death. Who'd have thunk it? And he's left laying on the floor, pool of his own blood, very much dead in the eyes, suggesting that he hasn't survived. And obviously what's happened is it's raised this big question, is he alive, isn't he? And I can see where it's coming from. I think on one hand what you've got is a great deal of fans who love this character, sort of experiencing mass wishful thinking. So they're intentionally looking for ways that he can come back. Oh, he's going to come back as a big ice zombie monster. Oh, the lady with the red hair is going to resurrect him as some sort of demon creature. And I can see why. Well, first of all, he's a great character. We all love Jon Snow. The only reason to go to the wall ever. Now he's gone. Seriously, what? I hope we. They better put someone interesting at the wall, because right now it's where the show is going to go to stop being interesting. I think part of the problem is that Jon Snow felt pretty integral to the grand scheme of things. He felt pretty integral to the greater political landscape of Westeros going forward, especially if you believe a certain theory. So I get it. I felt he was very important to the plot going forward also. The problem is, I also felt that way about Ned Stark. And Catelyn Stark. And Robb Stark. These Starks cannot catch a break. They are just... they are very unlucky Starks. If you're a Stark, you're going to die. Sorry, fans of Needle. The point is, fans have been a touch crazy about this situation. From speculation about Kit Harington's hair at Wimbledon, it's still long, people! It's still long! Jon Snow lives! And the other one being, my favourite being, people analysing the last few moments of the episode, the moment he dies, trying to discover if his eyes change colour, like there's a shift in his eyes, to suggest walking into another creature. He's definitely alive, guys! His eyes, I got one frame, and it definitely wasn't shadow. His eyes just, slightly changed its shape and some... Alright, it's pretty weak. I mean, it's a flimsy argument in all counts. I mean, don't get me wrong, these things could be something, I just don't think they are. The truth is, we just don't know. We don't have the answers, they don't exist yet. But in a weird way, isn't that kind of what's brilliant about the show? I mean, I've been thinking about it, and the fact that we don't know if a main character is dead or not is insane. Look at the Season 6 finale for Castle. Now, Castle's a show I'm very fond of, but they tried to make it look like they killed Castle in, I think it was the Season 6 finale. He had a car crash, and it looked like the car was in the car went in a big fiery ball of flame or whatever, and they tried to convince us he was dead. And Let's just say I wasn't remotely convinced. They hadn't proved themselves to be bold enough to do a thing like that, so it was a completely ineffectual cliffhanger. Game of Thrones, on the other hand, has done such an amazing job of convincing us there is nothing they won't do on that show, that what we end up with is a very exciting and completely unpredictable show. One of the main characters could be dead. Easily. It would not surprise any of us if the show starts next year and he's just dead. Seriously, no one will be shocked. This is how this show has worked in the past. So it is just as possible that he is alive as it is that he's dead. Schrodinger's Snow. Until we open the box, we just won't know. That was a terrible rhyme. Can we cut that? There's no one off camera. I don't know who I'm talking to. So that's everything for this episode. I'd just like to thank Justin Peterson, who's on Twitter at @startswithaj. He emailed to the podcast asking for our thoughts on the Jon Snow situation, and the basis of this very video was my reply to him. So I just want to thank him for doing that, because it inspired the content for this video. Because I'll be honest with you, until he emailed and I got really excited writing back, I had no idea what this video would be about. So I want to thank him for that. So yeah, feel free to go check out other things that are on the channel. We have lists such as like the top 10 most devastating cancellations, top 5 Jim and Pam moments, top 6 animated comedies on TV right now. We have a bunch of stuff, as well as obviously our web series Writing Space. Chris does Once Upon a Week, that's excellent. All the old episodes of The Rundown. All these things, all a button click away from this very video. So click subscribe or click to the channel page to either get future stuff or get past stuff. See, the future, the time travel in YouTube. Subscribe is for the future, channel link is for the past. That's weird. Why did I phrase it that way? So thank you very much for watching. I'm Dan, and we'll see you next time on TV Tangents. Can we cut that?